Alright, ready for old school edition? I'm just wearing that shirt. I got the Joe Satriani. Surfing with an alien. Out there I'm working on my Flying V. That's a guitar if you think about it, it's cool. Someday I want to make my own. So Joe Satriani is like an amazing guitar player, like Eddie Van Halen, like he's up there. And, but it's kind of like mostly guitar nerds just know about him. Like he's a little bit mainstream, but not fully. But I want to make like an album of me just playing guitar. Like I want to try and make it good, but it would never be anything close to that. But just more of like a comical. Like I heard an interview with the guy that does the voice of Bob from Bob's Burgers. You know, he's got that voice. I can't even do it. But apparently he like hired these jazz musicians to make a jazz album, and he like is a casual player, and they played it on like NPR or whatever, and it was like he's talking about how they're playing with him, and he's like ding, 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 like kind of playing badly, and he's like, "Yeah, this is when they're all thinking, are you gonna really play yet, buddy, or what?" I don't know, but it was funny that like he achieved the means to record a jazz album was his dream, even though he couldn't technically with the skills do it, and the jazz players are like, "What the fuck?" But I'm not a jazz person, so when I heard it, I was like, "Piano sounds great, Bob. Keep it up." So I'm hoping to do a record like that someday. But you see, like this idea, it's too big. Can't do it now. So I'm gonna take you outside. This Flying V is gonna be the desk for my trade show, but I'm also thinking it's coming out pretty good. So those were the pieces I cut in the Building Vince Corp video, but I was able to cut down these 2x4s and make kind of a little frame. And I don't think I'm going to have panels coming down very far. This will be easier to get in the car and everything. So this is what I'm planning on the legs. I cut these last night and then kind of gave up because it's too dark out. But I'm going to make legs on it that come off that'll look like these. So that's where I'm at. I'm just going to set the camera up and get back to work. And then you're like, yeah, speed up that to 2,000. And let me see you build that in 2 seconds. You know, in reality, you'd have to just be here hanging out for like an hour with me while I do all this. It doesn't take me too long, but it's just boring. So enjoy the Joe Satriani, sped up to 2,000 speed. You won't even know it's him. I guess that's kind of crooked. The movie of 1,000 Mistakes, the guy doesn't even know how to place a camera. But I just want it to look interesting. Because I'm a visual kind of guy. I like visual. Okay. Gotta set up the saw next. Slow down, slow it back down. It's an important tip here. So, normally I set up my saw in the backyard so that all the dust and stuff just shoots into the yard and like fertilizes the yard, kind of whatever. But today I want to work on the V right here on the cement, but I've got it shooting out over the compost bin. So I could technically open the compost bin and shoot the sawdust directly into the compost. And I'm even saying it like compost, like I'm becoming a gardener, even though I hate gardening. Nikki's the gardener, but when she wants to garden, it's more like it's not like, oh, we're gardening together. It's like, I move all the heavy shit and do all the digging. And I was like, this isn't gardening, this is laboring. And that's not what I'm doing on it. If I'm gonna labor, I'm gonna end up with a giant V out of it, not a plant in the ground. I'm sorry. Not a gardener. I'd play Chansey Gardener and be in there. That'd be cool. I'm Chansey the gardener. But I'm not really a gardener because it's just labor. Alright, speed it up. Alright, it's time once again for my new safety campaign that I'm doing at Vince Corp called You Gotta Keep the Peeps! Oh shit, gotta camera move. There we go. Now along with the Keep the Peeps, you gotta call the cops. Really a fire department, but call the cops sounds better. So you should always have cordless phone out with you next to your equipment or cell phone. And this does, yeah, you can do this on your cell phone too, but a good safety tip is if you know that you're maybe not an accomplished carpenter, which I play one on TV, but I'm really not that great. What you do is you just dial 9-1, then stop. Now you got a phone that all you have to do is go beep. Oh, shit, okay. So, keep the peeps. Okay. So, stop it again. I was thinking about, I just posted a picture of my little setup over here to Instagram going, day off, what's that? You know, like, but, and then back to work. And I was like, I think, I mean, literally just came into my mind, like, you know, the idea that artists are just kind of lazy and don't really work. And it's like, that's the biggest bullshit myth I've ever heard of, is because all artwork making is very, very hard. And unless you are at the 1% of artists that can go to a printing press and they have people like master printers that actually you collaborate with and work on it, but they do all the hard work, you know, it's like, you gotta have the idea, which there's merit to that. Like, a good idea is a good idea, sorry. But I was just thinking about, like, how much better the world would be if everybody found something they could do that to them was an art. Like, say you like to build skateboards, like that's an art form. Building a board, you can't just take a 2x4 and put roller skate wheels on. Well, you can, that's what they did, but it really sucked. If you ever try, go home, get a pair of skates, and some old janky ones too, not the nice new ones, a pair of roller skates, and 2x4s, put them together, and then try and shoot the scene from Back to the Future, because even the skateboard in that was, like, better. The guy that really did it, he was, yeah, anyways. I'm going off on a tangent here. But you see my point, is that, like, today doesn't feel like a day of work to me. I'm off of my regular job, but now I'm making all the decisions, and I'm going to end up with a sculpture / table for my installation and for my artwork, and the only reason I make artwork is to just express my feelings to people. So it doesn't feel like work. I enjoy doing that. And so some people hate building stuff out of 2x4s and plywood. I told you, those are like my Legos. It's fun time, you know. So now, do I want to just build a regular wall and put drywall up on? Nah, that's not that fun. But if I'm building a wall that I know is going to be in an art show, it's awesome. It's fun. It's not just a regular wall. I'm going to build a wall and make the museum pay for it. I actually do that all the time. I build walls and they pay for it. It's not that difficult. Maybe I should be fucking president. All right. Speed it up. Vince Crawley here. Get the camera right, man. Hi, Vince Crawley here. And when I like to build giant V's, I use Ready Patch to patch in all the holes and just make it look like it's one smooth surface. It was actually a brilliant idea by my beautiful partner Nikki, who's coming out right now. We're going to pause it because she doesn't like to be on camera. Okay. Nikki's gone now. We can talk safely amongst ourselves. I mean, I had to take the Roush record off, put on Last Dragon, and even she made fun of that. So I told her it was a good movie and she could use a little Last Dragon in her life. She said as long as it's the last one. So, yeah, took her to see The Last Jedi, and she was disappointed when she found out it wasn't, in fact, The Last Jedi. It wasn't the last Star Wars movie, that it's probably really just the many of more Jedi to come, and they're just going to keep making them. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the kid with the broom is going to get, sorry, that's really bothering me. Is going to get his own movie, probably. Yeah, okay, so back to the safety. Now, the writing on this can is so small. This is the Ready Patch from Australia. It's not from Australia, just Ready Patch. It's got a nice ring to it when you do the Australian. I'm sure it says wear safety glasses somewhere on here, but this is one time where I'm going to go against my gotta keep the peeps. If I get this stuff in my eye, I was asking for it, so I think I can do it without getting it all in my eyes. So actually, really, if you want to see what I'm doing, Basically, you just take get your big globe, and you just put it right here, and then you scrape up all the excess, and then you make a new globe, and then you put that there, and there, and there. You just keep going, just getting globerific with it, really. Sometimes you might need to put it on the edge like that. Oh, look at that big globe. Yeah, look at that. Okay, I think we had enough of that. All right. And back down. There we go. Right, that wasn't so bad. Right, we've learned a lot today. That even a jackass like myself can work better on keeping the peeps. I'm gonna clean up now. Nothing to see here. Okay, folks, you can go home now. Gonna go down to Ebo and play some music later. Bye-bye.